It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
Welcome back to Robbinsville High School, the home of the Ravens, as we bring you coverage of the Capital City Cancer Classic, the annual basketball showcase. The Ravens hosting the Lawrence Cardinals in our third game this afternoon. We just saw the Pennsbury Falcons outlast the Ewing Blue Devils, getting a 1-point victory in overtime. And now the Ravens, with 9 wins and 10 losses overall this season, get to host the red-hot Lawrence Cardinals, 16-4. They have not lost since January the 4th, an 11-game winning streak for the Cardinals. And we are just about set to go here as we welcome Rich Fisher into our Trentonian pregame activities. We've got Gus Barber, our video engineer, Darnell Turner behind the camera, and Ben Goldstein with us for stats and post-game interview. And another good matchup here. Lawrence red hot, and they have not beaten Robbinsville in a while.
No.
So they got a little bit of a history to maybe deal with here today.
Yeah, Robbinsville's won the last 6 meetings between the two. Lawrence's last win was almost 6 years ago to the day. February 5th, 2019, Lawrence won 48-45. And if they're going to break that streak, this could be the day. They are the hottest team in Mercer County right now, 11 straight. They've won the Valley Division, 6-0 record. Their only official loss in CVC play was to Notre Dame. Now, they did lose to Hopewell in the John Molinelli tournament, but then they came back to beat the Bulldogs in the regular season game. Their last loss this year was January 4th, which, by the way, is my mom's birthday, so there you go.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday last day,
Belated
Lawrence
birthday.
lost. They've really ridden the strong play of point guard Marvin McNeil. McNeil took over at the point last year as a sophomore, and he is the classic gym rat. Loves to play, loves to watch basketball. Kyrie Irving is his hero. He's got like every jersey of every team Irving has played for. And Coach Steph Molinelli has quoted as saying, when you say basketball, Marvin comes running. And he just loves the game. He's averaging 17 a game, can score from behind the arc, can score in the lane, off the break, tough to defend, leads the team with 64 assists. And he just runs an offense that, and how important the point guard is this year. Lawrence lost a lot of their guys last year, a lot of their offensive firepower, and they've managed to mesh around his floor leadership. Noah Johansson, the other big piece of the puzzle, he averages 13, leads away with 8 rebounds a game. So they have a nice little inside-outside game. And then they got everybody else that plays their roles. Josh Wilson, Michael Carrick, Connor Crowley, Deacon Moore, a bunch of guys. And then you look at Robbinsville, they've just struggled to find consistency. Started the season 5-1, lost 4 straight, and they've sputtered off and on since then. But having said that, the Ravens have only lost to one team with a losing record this year. Connor Hayes has put his team up against a very tough non-conference schedule. Wait till you hear this. The combined record of the 10 teams that have beaten Robbinsville is 124-56. That computes to a 689 winning percentage. But you know how it is, Chris. With tournament time upon us, you need to start beating teams with good records. Hayes knows that. He hopes that going up against this good competition will have his team ready when it opens the CVC tournament as the 9th seed at Princeton Day School. You got to look out for Tyler Bennell. He's been outstanding for the Ravens, averages 17 a game. Guard Marcus Rudolph chipping in with 9. But there have been times the Ravens have struggled offensively. So, Robbinsville is going to have to play really disciplined offensively and defensively. Can't get caught up in a track meet. And, Lawrence has to keep doing what it's doing.
And for the Robbinsville Ravens, you mentioned Marcus Rudolph, one of the team captains.
Hello? Go ahead, talk.
As we get you closer here to the start of today's game,
I got to move this thing away from me. That's twice I've kicked it out now.
Robbinsville and Lawrence set to do battle. And we're a couple minutes away. We're going to step aside, and we'll return here to the home of the Ravens, Robbinsville High School, as we get you ready for action on the WBCB Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers great cosmetic dermatology featuring the latest technology in cosmetics, including Morpheus 8 for skin tightening and scars, ultraviolet A and B light treatment for psoriasis, eczema, and itching. Kessel Dermatology now offers Genesis and XLV laser treatments for wrinkles, facial discoloration, scars, and hair removal. Kessel Dermatology provides Botox and fillers. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
All right, we get you closer to the action. Player introductions coming up in just a moment. Robbinsville hosting the Lawrence Cardinals, and for the Ravens today, Senior Recognition Day. And they recognize the senior members of this Ravens team like Jack Lustig, Frank Pagano, Marcus Rudolph, one of the team's captains, senior Matt Boss, another team captain and fellow senior, along with Ryan Emigholtz. All right, before the game, we'll honor America with the playing of the national anthem. So we're going to step aside, return here for some high school hoops in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Gene Bowie of Seoka, Lincoln of Lawrenceville. I'm a longtime Trenton resident and supporter of Trenton Youth Athletics. And if you're in the need of a new or pre-owned Lincoln or any other pre-owned vehicle, please visit us at Seoka Lincoln of Lawrenceville, 2920 Brunswick Pike, Lawrenceville, New Jersey, and we hope to see you real soon.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers top-of-the-line medical-grade skincare products manufactured in the USA. They're tested and developed by a team of board-certified dermatology experts, and they come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Welcome back. First, the starters for the visiting Lawrence Cardinals. 6'1" junior guard Connor Crawley. Out there now joined by 5'10" junior guard Deacon Moore. Number 11, that point guard, averaging 17, Marvin McNeil, the 5'11" junior. And joined by Noah Johansson, some size inside the 6'5" senior forward. And rounding out the starting five for Coach Jeff Molinelli is Andrew Tembo, the 6'4" sophomore. And now for your Robbinsville Ravens. Again, they've had a tough schedule this year, and it's been up and down. They come off of a loss to Notre Dame, a 50-46 defeat, and their starters now taking the floor. 6-foot senior guard Marcus Rudolph with 6'3" senior forward team captain Matt Boss. Another team captain Frank Pagano, the 5'10" senior guard. Along with Ryan Emmigholtz and Jack Lustig. So, as you would expect on senior recognition day, it's an all-senior lineup getting the start for the Ravens.
Yeah, Tyler Bennell not in the starting lineup.
Some of those typical starters will probably check in after a couple of minutes.
It's a nice tradition. I like it, starting the seniors. You know, you run the risk of maybe putting yourself in a hole, but you know what?
We just had Pennsbury's overtime win here at Robbinsville High School yesterday. They had their senior recognition, and they got down kind of big to Council Rock North. Able to even things up, but ultimately lost that one.
You know, this game is just to try to get some momentum to go into the CVCs with. You know, it's now what's going on.
Noah Johansson about to jump center. Looks like we're doing another basketball switcheroo.
Our 3 o'clock start is now an hour late. But we figured on that with 2 games before this.
Yeah, I didn't figure on an hour, but an overtime game, another longer game. We've also had some presentations in between the action from Joe Richardson.
Senior night, senior day.
We also heard from David Barretto earlier from Abramson Cancer Center. They're here raising awareness, part of the Capital City Cancer Classic, as we are underway in Game 3 this afternoon. Robbinsville hosting the Cardinals of Lawrence. Tembo sends it across the floor. And now gets it back up top. McNeil trying to bounce it into Tembo, nearly was bounced out of bounds. Cardinals hang on to it, and now McNeil out on the wing will fire away. Off the back rim, tracked down by Connor Crowley. So one thing the Ravens can't afford to do, give the Cardinals second chance opportunities.
No, they need to, you got to rebound.
Tembo drives, can't finish. Ball there for the Ravens, for Lawrence again. And Noah Johansson can't get the putback, and then poked away from Marcus Rudolph. Goes out of bounds, will stay with the Ravens as we're a minute into this one.
Pilgrim, did you feel like the whole gym was looking at you during the national anthem? We're standing directly under the flag.
Yes, I was wondering what the flag protocol is.
I know, we couldn't look up.
Actually under the flag. I didn't know which direction to turn.
I just kind of.
I think Gus did a good job. He kept his eyes on the old red, white, and blue.
I tried. I got a stiff neck.
Quickly up the floor for the Cardinals, but Connor Crowley just loses the handle.
Our rest for today, kind of a changing of the guard. We have the veteran Jerry Mancuso, who's retiring and moving out of the state after this year, and a good young referee, Eric Fink. So we got a youngster and a grizzled veteran as the crew.
Travel violation on the Ravens. Matt Boss had himself positioned, and then just kind of a mental error.
Yeah, we got a pitcher's duel going on here so far.
A shutout between the Cardinals and the Ravens. McNeil trying to get it inside to Johansson.
Sloppy.
And second time there where he can't get that entry into the big guy. Up the 4 and out on the wing to Boss. Boss sends it inside, and then Andrew Tembo with a huge block for the Cardinals. Swats that one out of bounds. So with 2 minutes gone, Ravens trying to get something going. Into the corner it goes. And they really haven't had a real good shot so far in the early going.
No, their only shot got blocked.
There they do get it inside. Nice look to Jack Lustig. And Lustig, a trip to the line. Wow, that looked like a shooting foul, but called on the floor.
Yeah.
Foul picked up by McNeil. His first. Driving, hanging. Pagano, though, not able to finish that play. And then the Cardinals try to get it inside to Tembo, and another entry pass gone askew.
Third turnover, Ravens. I'm sorry, the Cardinals. Got a couple of birds in this game.
It's a battle of the birds here this afternoon. Game 3 of our Capital City Cancer Classic, their annual basketball showcase put together by Joe Richardson. That pass deflected, and Deacon Moore racing after it. But out of bounds stays with the Ravens. Joe Richardson got back-to-back cancer diagnoses, and during that time, he was part of the Trenton Central High School coaching staff under Greg Grant. And so after he was thankfully able to get well, he said, look, I want to raise awareness, raise some money for this important cause, and do it through my love of high school hoops. And that's how this Capital City Cancer Classic came together. Today, 3 games, Northern Burlington and Ewing in some girls basketball action to start, as a steal up top by Connor Crowley.
Oh.
He can't finish, but Johansson is there to clean it up. Game 2 after the girls' game was an overtime win for Pennsbury over the Ewing Blue Devils. Yeah, Blue Devils with a tough day as they lost the girls' game, and then an overtime thriller, but they lose it to Pennsbury, and now we got the Ravens hosting the Cardinals here on Senior Recognition Day. And a pretty nice crowd at the Nest. Got the Ravens flock over there, student section trying to get their team going. 3 on the way, but Michael Carrick comes up a little bit short. Pagano dribbling up top, now sent into the corner to Emmingholtz. Gets it poked away by Tembo, picks it up again loses the handle, and lucky to get it to a teammate, and then a foul called. Able to get it over to Matt Boss, and then Boss fouled by Carrick. As Carrick picks up his first, and the seniors here who got the start get a nice round of applause from the Raven faithful.
Yeah, we got Bunnell is back in the game. He's in the game, I should say.
And Bunnell takes the inbound and takes it right to the cup.
Yeah, Lawrence had a chance to, kind of get a little lead there with the reserves starting, but didn't take advantage of it.
Johansson bounces here to Josh Wilson, and double dribble violation. Noah Johansson turns it over. Now 5 turnovers on Lawrence. Lawrence already with a good spot when it comes to CVC tournament, right? The second seed, but right there they lose Max Kaber. Nice little give and go. And Ravens in front 4-2. McNeil driving. And they're going to say foul on the floor. Don't get the continuation.
Let's see. Yeah, Lawrence will play. They'll host Steiner in that first round, and 9th seed Robbinsville will visit PDS.
Foul picked up by Max Rudolph, his first. three, a little bit too strong for Josh Wilson. And the Ravens hold on to it, but then looking to pass that one away, Max Kaber, little hesitation, and he took an extra little step, called for a travel. That 5 turnovers now on the Ravens, too.
Oh, nice steal. That was just a hustle steal.
Takeaway, but then he gets it stolen right back.
Turnovers are piling up for both teams in this quarter. There's another one.
That time, Matt Boss with the steal. Kaber sends it out to the wing. 3 on the way, no good. Ball bouncing around, and it's going to go last off of Tyler Bunnell. And back to Lawrence with 2:22 to go, first quarter. And a low-scoring first quarter. Just 6 points up there on the scoreboard.
Yeah, this may be lower than that 8-point fourth quarter we saw in the first game.
Johansson here, hands off. They send it into McNeil on the corner. His shot blocked, but he follows up his miss, sends it inside. Got it in there to Ben Dean. That was Kata who had that one. Now Bunnell puts it on the floor. Again, takes it into the paint and hits the runner. Had a little bit of a lean to that one. And Tyler Bunnell with 4 points off the bench tonight. Bounce pass thrown away. Deacon Moore. As we mentioned, both teams with a bunch of first quarter turnovers so far. Bunnell gets an inside look, but they don't get the finish. Now Butler with the drive, and Liam Butler for the Ravens puts them up 8-2 as we get down to a minute remaining in the first period.
Couldn't ask for a better start if you're Robbinsville.
McNeil sends it into the corner. Michael Carrick's 3 comes up short.
Lawrence just cannot hit shots. They've had some open looks, they just won't go down.
Rudolph now to Bunnell. Bunnell out to the wing. A drive and a block. Nice job by Lawrence. Johansson at the other end. He misses, but it's followed up by Deacon Moore. Also credit the defense at the other end by Sergeant Kata. Butler working around Johansson. Spin move in the paint. Another block by Kata. Cardinals there at the buzzer. Too strong for Michael Carrick, and we reach the end of one. It's Robbinsville 8 and Lawrence 4. Today's game on WBCB made possible by Jammer Doors and Windows, a 4th generation local family-owned business since 1920, offering Raynor garage doors and openers, the finest garage doors and openers. Jammer also carries entry doors, patio doors, and windows. Sales, service, and installation in Jammer Doors and Windows. They do their own installation using no subcontractors, which means fairer prices and more pride in their work, both residential and commercial. Sales and service. Visit Jammer Doors and Windows at their showroom, 2850 Brunswick Avenue on Business Route 1 in Lawrenceville, and their Yardley showroom in the Gristmill at 10 North Main Street is open by appointment. Call 215-493-7709. Some first quarter stats from Ben Goldstein. Robbinsville 4 for 7, with Lawrence shooting 2 for 11. Both teams so far blanked from distance, 0 for 1 for Robbinsville from beyond the three-point arc. And Lawrence, they've tried 5 threes and so far not able to convert. Both teams in the first quarter with their share of turnovers, 8 apiece.
Yeah, it was ugly to say the least.
They bounce into Bunnell. Bunnell to Butler.
Well, that was
slam
pretty.
dunk. Liam Butler says, "Don't get in my way."
Cue it up on the highlight reel.
Tembo now holds and hands off to Wilson. Cotta out to Deacon Moore, and now Tembo holds again, gives it up to McNeil. McNeil step in, long 2. That short picked up by Bunnell underneath. Bunnell quickly to Butler. Butler trying to pass it across the lane, and it's tipped away. He was looking for Matt Boss, but a good job by the Cardinals to get back defensively. Up top now, Boss. Get it inside to Bunnell. Nice connection there. Marcus Rudolph into Tyler Bunnell.
Yeah,
Bunnell
Bunnell
now with
gets
6.
it. Bunnell gets it right there. There's not much you can do with it. With him, I mean.
McNeil dribbling around, left alone for just a moment, and takes advantage of the opening. Knocks down a big three-pointer for the Cardinals. Into the corner, Bunnell, baseline drive, not quite, has his own miss, and it's knocked out of his hands. And a reach-in foul called on Lawrence.
No, I think it's called on Robbinsville. No, you're right, Lawrence. I'm sorry.
Andrew Tembo picks up his first. Entry into Bunnell and tries to go right up with the pass and takes contact and gets the whistle.
Oh, you got it. Wow. That is not a tight plug, is it?
Bunnell at the line. Gets another one. And puts the Ravens up by a half dozen, 1 of 2. Wilson out to McNeil. McNeil has the handle. Pass nearly thrown out of bounds, and they save it, but save it into the hands of Matt Boss. Quickly up the floor to Bunnell. Bunnell, his reverse lay-in blocked by Cotta, battling for the loose ball. Bunnell comes up with it, goes right back into Cotta, but a traveling violation. And a nice job here by Sergeant Cotta, the 6'4" senior.
Yeah,
He's made a difference defensively here for the Ravens, for the Cardinals.
Great job of getting back by him, because I thought Bunnell just had an open layup there.
McNeil up top to Cotta, around to Deacon Moore. And Wilson over to Tembo. Cardinals have things slowed down in this possession. Tembo out on the wing, pump fake, nearly gets it poked away by Butler, drives on him and gets to the line. Had Liam Butler kind of on his hip there and took a ride right to the basket. So Tembo's first trip to the free throw line.
Chris, while we got a minute, we were talking about how they had to rearrange the county tournament.
Yes.
The reason for that, and we want to thank Hopewell coach Matt Stein for texting in and letting us know, is there were games with Thrive Charter that Hamilton had, and that
Ball thrown away there by the Ravens. And so Thrive Charter,
Hamilton and
games,
Ewing had games with Thrive Charter that were supposed to count towards their power points, and they were not counted. It was just basically, Matt described it as a glitch in the system. So when he added those power points, that with the Thrive games, that changed the seating slightly.
Gotcha.
So, thanks, Matt.
Drive by Tembo. Banks it home. Andrew Tembo with a big bucket. And here come the Cardinals.
Tembo's starting to find his way inside a little bit, getting some penetration. Got fouled the last time, hit it that time.
But now gets it back. And as you said, if he gets it there,
yeah,
tough to do anything about it.
Especially there. There was nobody even on him. Wide open layup there.
Deacon Moore to Tembo. Up top, gets it right back. Now around to McNeil. They've kept him in check, averaging 17 points per game.
There we go.
And there it's tipped away.
Right at you guys.
Made a little soccer play on that one.
Yeah, very little.
It's perfectly placed.
I suppose. And you kicked it to Eric Fink, who hails from one of the great soccer families in Mercer County.
Eric Fink, Jerry Mancuso are our officials here for this one. Again, this one, Game 3 of the Capital City Cancer Classic, the annual basketball showcase. McNeil trying to work around Boss, gets around him, and Boss whistled for a foul.
McNeil showing some nifty ball handling there.
They've done a good job of keeping somebody in front of him, though, even with his quickness and handle.
Right.
Not an easy thing to do. Right, as somebody who averages 17.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to go off at all, really.
Johansson out to Tembo. And a whistle away from the ball. Offensive foul on Lawrence. I think it's a push on Johansson. Yeah, his first. Picks up his first midway through the second quarter. Rudolph bounces to Pagano, gets it back from him. They double team him in the corner. And now Rudolph holds, looks over to the bench, and the Ravens will take timeout. Connor Hayes stops the clock with 3:41 to go in the second period and gives us a moment to recognize our sponsors. Big thanks to the Italian People's Bakery, proud to support high school sports on BCB. Check out their signature location, 63 Butler Street, for the finest rolls, deli meats, and pastries. Drive by, smell the homemade bread made every day. Have them cater your next event. The Italian People's Bakery, 63 Butler Street, the place to go for the best hoagies and great dessert trays for your next get-together. Again, 63 Butler Street in Chambersburg, the Italian People's Bakery since 1936. Now open the brand new Robbinsville Bar and Grill on Route 130 in Windsor. And proud to support our local hometown school, the Robbinsville Ravens. We thank them for their support, making portions of today's game possible. The brand new Robbinsville Bar and Grill on Route 130. As we are back to action, Robbinsville with the basketball. And up top now to Marcus Rudolph. Rudolph, Crowley all over him. Dribbles out of some trouble. And a nice cut to the bucket by Connor Youngsa.
Great feed by, who was that, Pagano that gave, or was that Pagano? I missed who gave him that pass. But wait, who got the basket now?
Yeah, the basket was
Yep.
Youngsa.
Yeah. Forgot to write
McNeil
that
now
down.
along the baseline. They had him cut off, but they're able to get it up top. Johansson again back around to McNeil. McNeil, you can see he's hungry to try to get his shot off, try to get something going offensively, but the Ravens, their game plan is to shut him down, and a tie-up. And for Lawrence, they get the benefit of the arrow as McNeil heads to the bench for a breather, and Deacon Moore onto the floor.
He might be a little frustrated right now, and they have done a good job. And look, if you can stop him, I mean, he not only scores, but he runs the offense and gets them into the offense. So when you do a job on him, it's serving a couple different purposes.
Deacon Moore there up top to Crowley. Crowley comes to a jump stop and sends it back out to Tembo. Around to Johansson. And now Crowley into the paint. Foul before the shot, as they get Pagano. And it is Pagano's first team foul 3. Both teams with 3 team fouls. Almost can't get the inbound in, but the Cardinals get it to Tembo. Tembo able to fight for it there, really. Johansson fighting through a couple of defenders. His shot no good, but he follows up his own miss with an offensive rebound and a putback.
Johansson had that one?
Noah Johansson.
I'll tell you what, that kid plays hard. Wow.
Makes it a 6-point game all the way down the floor. Long pass to Bunnell. And again, he gets the entry down low like that.
You can't leave him alone like that underneath. That just can't happen. You can't leave anybody that alone underneath, let alone Bunnell.
And a good job, good vision of the floor to find him underneath the bucket. Johansson out to Crowley. Crowley, hesitation drive. Can't finish. Bunnell with the rebound. As now Rudolph dribbles up top. The Ravens call out a play. Under a minute remaining in the first half. Bunnell spin move extends with the left hand. No, but whistle. Whistle came. The ball went out of bounds.
Looks that way. No foul was put up.
So Deacon Moore dribbles across midcourt, sends it up to Johansson. Moore directing some traffic. Starts to drive, then kicks out, gets it right back. Right in some heavy traffic. And takes a foul from Jackson Ciano.
Lawrence is causing a lot, or Robbinsville is causing a lot of heavy traffic. They are everywhere defensively. They are swarming.
Hi, I'm Sean Spiller,
first.
president of the New Jersey Education Association.
And got whistled for that foul. Across to Tembo. Tembo will get to the line. Pagano was there, but I think the foul actually picked up by Connor Youngsa. And that sends his fellow 21 to the line.
Those guys should go to Vegas together. 21.
Play some blackjack.
Blackjack, yeah.
They can cut it back down to 6 at the line, and Tembo does. But so far on Senior Recognition Day, the Ravens have kept the Lawrence Cardinals at arm's length as Marcus Rudolph takes it over the timeline. Deacon Moore all over him. Rudolph around a couple of defenders, takes it inside the paint, tried to drop it off to his guy, but it's taken away. Moore races it up the floor. 4 seconds to go, tries to bounce it into Crowley, gets it back, and his shot bottled up as he goes to the floor, and the buzzer sounds, bringing us to the end of the first half. It's Robbinsville 19, and Lawrence 13. High school hoops on BCB. The Capital City Cancer Classic continues. We'll return in just a little bit, take a look at first half scoring and also first half stats. Get you ready for second half action here in just a moment. And big thanks to all of our sponsors, including the Italian People's Bakery, again at the half. Ravens 19, Lawrence 13. More hoops coming up in just a bit.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers great cosmetic dermatology featuring the latest technology in cosmetics, including Morpheus 8 for skin tightening and scars, ultraviolet A and B light treatment for psoriasis, eczema, and itching. Kessel Dermatology now offers Genesis and XLV laser treatments for wrinkles, facial discoloration, scars, and hair removal. Kessel Dermatology provides Botox and fillers. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
Hi, I'm Gene Bowie of Seoka, Lincoln of Lawrenceville. I'm a longtime Trenton resident and supporter of Trenton Youth Athletics. And if you're in the need of a new or pre-owned Lincoln or any other pre-owned vehicle, please visit us at Seoka Lincoln of Lawrenceville, 2920 Brunswick Pike, Lawrenceville, New Jersey, and we hope to see you real soon.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers top-of-the-line medical-grade skincare products manufactured in the USA. They're tested and developed by a team of board-certified dermatology experts, and they come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Hi, I'm Sean Spiller, President of the New Jersey Education Association. On behalf of the 200,000 educators in all of our public schools, we wish all of our student athletes the very best luck in today's competition. We would also like to recognize the students in our public schools who participate in extracurricular activities, like the school play, robotics class, or the marching band. New Jersey schools are #1 in the nation. When parents, schools, and educators work together, our students are the winners. New Jersey Education Association supports our great public schools.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology is the place for all general dermatology needs. For acne, rosacea, eczema, psoriasis, hives, warts, and other growths. They have a friendly and courteous staff and they can usually offer appointments within 24 hours for emergencies. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Hamilton Township
To
in Mercer
Robbinsville
County
High School,
is
the home of the Ravens. At the half, Ravens in front of the Lawrence Cardinals, all part of the Capital City Cancer Classic annual basketball showcase. And at the half, they've been giving some gifts to their cancer conquerors. And so one of the families that's been supported by the efforts of the Capital City Cancer Classic out there at the half. It's all put together by Joe Robinson, who gives a hug right there and has rallied people together to support this worthy cause, and to do so by having some fun with some high school basketball. Halfway through our third game here from Robbinsville, and this one an interesting one. The Lawrence Cardinals, who come in 16-4, right now trailing it by a half dozen against the Robbinsville Ravens, who again have been up and down this season. But today, a lot to play for with the senior recognition. Great crowd here, the student section rooting them on. And so far they've done a good job. Even you get some non-typical starters out there to begin the game, and you get concerned maybe that could be a disadvantage for our team. But the seniors played very well, and it hasn't been a disadvantage at all here today.
No, it wasn't at all. It was 2-0 when he put the other guys back in. So Lawrence really didn't capitalize on that if they were trying to.
Nobody could score in the early going, it seemed like.
Yeah.
That first quarter was tough for either team to put some points up.
And you, as you mentioned, I mean, they have done a really good job. Matt Boss has been guarding him sometime. Marvin McNeil, not letting him really run the show like he's used to doing. He's only got one bucket, a three-pointer. He's only taken 4 shots, but he hasn't been able to facilitate that much. And they've really just done a good team defensive job. I mean, they're doubling the ball when they have to. They've been getting turnovers. It's been pretty impressive.
All right, give us the first half scoring if you could.
All right, for Lawrence, Noah Johansson and Andrew Tembo with 4 each. Marvin McNeil with 3 and Deacon Moore with 2 for 13 points. For the Ravens, Tyler Bennell with 11, Liam Butler with 4, Jax Kabler and Connor Yunsa with 2 apiece. And that should add up to 19. So not a lot of offensive stats for that first half.
All right, how about some other stats? We turn to Ben Goldstein, who's got some quantitative data for us.
Yeah, I got a good amount of quantitative data for all of you to check out.
Give us some numbers.
Yeah, Robbinsville shooting 8 for 19 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 1 for 2 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds for them, 7 defensively, 3 offensively, 4 steals, 12 turnovers for Robbinsville, 1 block and 5 second quarter fouls. Meanwhile, for the visiting Lawrence, 5 for 19 from the field, 1 for 6 from beyond the arc, and 2 for 4 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 5 of them coming on offense, 6 steals, 10 turnovers, and 4 blocks and 3 fouls in the second quarter.
Well, maybe a little bit late to the party for this one, Gus, but we just did Pennsbury and Ewing, and Pennsbury will wrap up their regular season. They have one more boys basketball game on Tuesday, but you have the call for some girls basketball action as the Pennsbury Falcons will be going for a league championship on Tuesday, and we got that for you on WBCB.
Yeah, that should be a fun one. A league title on the line at the Falcons' Nest.
Yep.
I'll be on the call for that one. That'll be Tuesday. That should be an absolute thriller. Obviously, Coach Ciola, the legend he is, getting another Suburban 1 League Division title on his resume. It's going to be quite a game, so tune in on Tuesday so you'll hear this beautiful voice call it.
Well, looking forward to that, Gus, and also want to make sure people are following, subscribing. We got CVC tournament action, but where we're going to be and what games we're going to be doing, all of that still is kind of up in the air and still getting solidified.
Not for Tuesday. We're solid for Tuesday, the first round.
We got some double headers, or
well, no double headers. No, that got when they did the reseeding, that got taken away. We have Allentown at Trenton and Nottingham at Heightstown will be our 2 games that we will be putting on the air for the boys. Not sure of the starting times just yet. I guess they're posted, but I don't know.
Well, again, like us, subscribe, and you get the information as we'll keep you on top of our high school sports coverage on WBCB. Don't forget, if you missed any of today's action, you can read about the game in tomorrow's Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage that you can count on 7 days a week. It's all in the Trentonian. Ravens with it first to start the third quarter. But now inside to Matt Boss, and Boss doesn't quite get the finish, and he looks over at the official wondering why he didn't get a whistle, but goes out of bounds back to the Cardinals. McNeil steps in, launches a jump shot, no, and the ball going to go off of Bunnell. So we'll stay down here with Lawrence.
Well, we saw Pennsbury change the complexion of the first boys game today when they came out, went from 10 points down to taking the lead, and that sparked the win. Lawrence would love to do the same thing here, come out strong, start this second half.
Around the perimeter there to Crowley, they send it. Now Deacon Moore will pull back, drive, get around his defender, and a big bucket for the Cardinals to start off their third quarter. Impressive crossover there. Send it out to Boss. Now up top, Rudolph for 3. No, and a great job there by Caber. Boy, Caber is coming out of the locker room with a ton of energy.
Yeah, he went way up for that board.
And there Caber on the drive gets to the line.
Did that kick the plug out?
No.
I thought the ball was going to kick the plug out. I've worked so hard to not kick it out now.
Ravens send it into Bunnell. Now Boss holds it up high, bounces to Caber. Butler likes that matchup, kicks out, 3 for Rudolph, too strong. And now Deacon Moore over midcourt out to McNeil. Johansson sends it to Crowley as Butler bangs into McNeil. And foul picked up, second here on Liam Butler. Well, maybe that's another part of the game plan for the Ravens. Make sure they're physical with McNeil.
Yeah.
Right there, gets it. Crossover move. Flips it out to Crowley. And Crowley is fouled. Another one on Butler, his third. So he picks up a couple of quickies. And he's got to go sit down. As in for the Ravens comes Frank Pagano. That's one thing for Robbinsville. I think they've taken advantage of some of the size advantage that they have today. But if you have Butler on the bench, that could make it a little bit more even, and you can't let that guy get open. A bucket for McNeil.
No, I mean, they've done a really good job on him, but, you know, sometimes a guy hits a 3, and that sort of gets him going a little bit. See what that does for McNeil.
Underneath Bunnell. Seemed like he just lost it. Moore over to Tembo. Tembo's lay-in a little bit short, saved inbounds by Rudolph to Caber. Caber cut off by McNeil, and McNeil
wow.
Seemed like he had that one tied up, but instead they get it inside to Bunnell. Bunnell has his shot partially deflected. quickly we come back the other way. Crowley inside to Tembo, and Tembo tied up inside.
Yeah, Bunnell tried to go on 1-on-2 down here, and that wasn't, those aren't good odds, even if you're Tyler Bunnell. And Lawrence had that pretty well defended.
Timeout on the floor with 5:11 to go, third quarter, and it's a 1-point game. Robbinsville clinging to the narrowest of advantages. Don't forget, if you missed tonight's action, read about it in tomorrow's Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage. Count on it 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. And again, now open the brand new Robbinsville Bar and Grill on Route 130, Windsor. Proud to support the Robbinsville Ravens, the local hometown high school. And before or after the games, stop by this beautiful new establishment, open 7 days for lunch and dinner and brunch on Sundays. Try grandma's homemade meatballs or lobster tacos, homemade soups to warm you up, or their classic burgers. 9 different burgers to choose from, including their Krabby Burger with crispy crab cake, special kids menu as well. The Robbinsville Bar and Grill, numerous large screen TVs to catch all of the games. They're open 7 days from 11 a.m., serving brunch on Sundays at 1380 Route 130, Windsor. McNeil, jump shot from the free throw line, no, and it's tapped to Rudolph. The Ravens control, and Caber bounces inside to Matt Boss. High post for Boss, working against Tembo, looks inside, gets it to Bunnell, and Bunnell and one. Fouled by Deacon Moore.
You can see Robbinsville does a nice job of getting that ball into Bunnell with some backdoor passes, bounce pass right there where he could do something with it. That was big for the Ravens because
this quarter did start off with a Cardinals run, and so the Ravens now respond, get their first couple of points in the half. Inside, and Bunnell rips it away from Joe Hansen, and then as Bunnell about to make his way up the floor, he's fouled by McNeil, and McNeil getting the worst of that interaction.
And that's a third on McNeil, so that's trouble for Lawrence. Well, you got your spark plug now saddled with 3 fouls. He's going to have to come out for a spell. That was an exciting play. That got the flock up on their feet.
We're here at the Nest, the Robbinsville Ravens student section there.
Fear the flock, they say. Right on the banner.
Up top to Caber, now around to Rudolph. Caber catches the pass and takes a foul from Michael Carrick. Carrick picks up his second.
We have 2 nests in the CVC. We got the Hornets nest over at Hamilton.
Well, and then we got the Pennsbury Falcons nest.
Okay.
Since we have the Falcons in the Capital City Cancer Classic.
Right. Nests everywhere.
Timeout taken, and a 30-second timeout. I believe that was taken by the Ravens.
I did not.
Comes with 4:03 to go, third quarter. And the Ravens in front 21-18. Again, read about today's game in tomorrow's Trentonian. We thank them for their support. Also, thank you to the Italian People's Bakery. Proud to support high school sports on BCB. Check out their signature spot, 63 Butler Street. Great deli meats, terrific rolls. You drive by, you smell the homemade bread that they have every day, and you can have them cater your next party or event. The Italian People's Bakery, located at 63 Butler Street, the place to go. Great hoagies, terrific dessert trays. Again, 63 Butler Street in Chambersburg. Also stores in Pennsylvania at the corner of Woodburn Road in Oxford Valley and on West Trenton Avenue in Morrisville. The Italian People's Bakery since 1936. Great to have that community support. Inside look to Bunnell. His first shot is a no, but his second one is a yes. Follows it up and makes it a 5-point lead. So midway through this third quarter, the Ravens have woken up. And part of that is just getting the ball to Tyler Bunnell at the right spot on the floor.
They're not letting Lawrence get on any kind of run.
Crowley with a nice take. Comes to a jump stop and then elevates. Underneath, a kick out to Pagano. And Frank Pagano.
Nicely done.
Wide open, and he makes no mistake.
Bunnell underneath, kicked it back out. Pagano wide open.
Carrick gets it taken away by Rudolph. And Rudolph extends and finishes, lays it home. And the Ravens are fired up. Lawrence needing to talk it over with 2:48 to go here in the third quarter. It's 28-20. You got to stop over at this new Robbinsville Bar and Grill. Sounds awesome. Grab one of those classic burgers. They have 9 different burgers to choose from, including their Krabby Burger with crispy crab cake on there. Great special kids menu. And some large screen TVs to catch all of the games. Robbinsville Bar and Grill open for lunch and dinner 7 days from 11 a.m. and serving brunch on Sundays at 1380 Route 130 Windsor, and they are proud to support the local hometown high school, the Robbinsville Ravens. Ravens having a good day thus far, senior recognition day, and an 8-point lead over one of the top teams in the area. And a steal, Bunnell takes it away and makes it a 10-point game.
Robbinsville's just clicking on all cylinders right now.
Nice job as Johansson passes across the lane to Crowley. Crowley can't hit the lay-in, and Johansson with an offensive rebound, and he is fouled as he tries to put it back up.
Johansson works hard underneath there. Got 5 boards so far. He gets tough rebounds. He digs them out.
We mentioned going in, Lawrence riding an 11-game winning streak. They have not lost since January the 4th, but it's been some time since they've been able to beat Robbinsville. Head-to-head matchups, they have not won in their last 6.
Yeah, Robbinsville's had some really good teams in recent years.
Johansson there, good at the line, makes it an 8-point game. Rudolph kicks out, Pagano, swish.
Somebody's hot.
Pagano with 2 quick threes, and then the tie-up as Rudolph and Josh Wilson with a piece of the rock. And it's Ravens basketball as they have the arrow.
Oh, okay.
Possession arrow, an 11-point lead with 2:07 to go third quarter.
Hamilton Township in Mercer County is fortunate to have many
Pagano
fine
outside
businesses that serve our community.
Tyler Bunnell inside if you're Lawrence.
Bunnell double teams, splits defenders, takes it into the paint, kisses that one off the glass, no good, and then underneath a push on Boss as he was battling with Johansson. And for Mike Boss, foul number 3.
You don't want to lose Boss if you're Robbinsville. He's done some nice defensive work today.
For the moment, he'll stay out there, but it looks like they're getting set to check in Connor Youngsa. Entry into Kata. And Sergeant Kata gets his first bucket.
Well, the offense is starting to get into a little bit of a flow.
Trying to send that one into Bunnell, and Tembo is there. Steals it away for the Cardinals.
Lawrence just wants to keep it close, stay within contact of these guys with McNeil on the bench.
Oh, Crowley on the drive, went up with the shot, looked like a clean block up top and ends up being a late whistle, but a whistle nonetheless. And so the 6'1 senior at the line.
Crowley, one of 3 really good baseball players in this game. Crowley and Deacon Moore, both outstanding players for Jimmy Mayer and Tyler Bonello. Really good pitcher for Robbinsville.
Yeah, Boss will sit down with those 3 fouls. And it's 1 of 2 at the line for the Cardinals. Bunnell grabs the pass, makes a spin move, his trip to the bucket, looking for a whistle, doesn't get one, but the follow-up is there from Connor Youngsa.
I'll tell you, Lawrence is doing a great job on the offensive boards, too.
A drive to the bucket there, but Wilson got a little bit too far under the cup. Then Bunnell almost loses it, gets it poked away, and there's a double dribble. Kind of got it tied up on his arm. And so that'll give it back to the Cardinals with about a half minute to go in the third quarter. An important possession here for Lawrence. I would think you want to work for a final shot and see if you can cut this down to a single-digit lead.
I would think you are absolutely right.
Final shot, maybe try to get to the line. Kata hands off to Wilson, and now Tembo has 8 seconds remaining, hands off to Crowley. Crowley on Pagano, drives, not quite. Bunnell had it momentarily, and it's going to go off of Wilson out of bounds and bring us to the end of quarter number 3. A 10-point lead now for the Robbinsville Ravens. They're in front 35-25. High school basketball on WBCB, and we'll return to the home of the Ravens, Robbinsville High School, in just a moment for more of our Capital City Cancer Classic Annual Basketball Showcase on WBCB.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers great cosmetic dermatology featuring the latest technology in cosmetics, including Morpheus 8 for skin tightening and scars, ultraviolet A and B light treatment for psoriasis, eczema, and itching. Kessel Dermatology now offers Genesis and XLV laser treatments for wrinkles, facial discoloration, scars, and hair removal. Kessel Dermatology provides Botox and fillers. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Well, that was pretty cool. At the break, they brought out a jumbo check, $800, that was raised by some of the Robbinsville students. Some of the stuff that they're saying, I can't always hear what they're saying on the microphone, but I think that was the deal. After 3 quarters here, Robbinsville shooting 13 for 24, 1 for 3 from 3, and 1 for 2 from the line. For Lawrence, 5 for 19 so far, shooting 3 for 8 from distance and 5 for 8 from the line. So Lawrence doing a pretty good job shooting the basketball. There's one launched by McNeil. No, but he picks up his own miss. And I think the Ravens were looking for a traveling violation because he was down on a knee, stood back up again, and then underneath a whistle and a foul, but not a shooting foul. We'll stay with the Cardinals.
Well, McNeil knows that he's got to start making an impact on this game.
And there he takes the inbound, launches the shot. That's no good. And then underneath, he's going to pick up his 4th foul.
Wow.
As a reach-in on Connor Youngsa. And that's a tough one for Lawrence because it comes against their outstanding point guard, averaging 17 per game, but held in check so far by the Ravens. Rudolph, kick out. Pagano rims out, batted around. Bunnell pulls it down. His putback is no good. Wilson up the floor to Johansson, but out of control, and Johansson steps out of bounds and turns it back to the Ravens.
Well, that last rebound gives Bunnell a double-double. He's got 17 and 10 now.
And he didn't even get the start here today on senior recognition.
No.
Unusual for him to come off the bench, but
And Marvin McNeil, Jeff Molinelli has to keep him in the game now. He's his best player. Even with 4 fouls, you got to do something. You got to hope that he can do something for you.
Tembo flips it to Wilson, gets it right back. Now McNeil holds out to the wing. Tembo around a defender, but the whistle gonna go against the Ravens. Picking up his second is Connor Youngsa. They get it into Wilson, around the other side to Tembo, and now Johansson looking like he was directing some traffic, but a little miscommunication and a turnover back to the Ravens.
I'm telling you, their defense has it's been aggressive. It's sort of confused Lawrence on occasion, and it's just a textbook defense being played by the Ravens right now.
Caber with the dribble off of his foot. He goes back to retrieve it, and timeout called by Robbinsville. So a good job there to stop the clock with 6:31 to go. Make sure they hold on to possession and hold on to this 10-point advantage for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Robbinsville, it's a long way to go, 6.5 minutes, but you're looking at a 10-point lead, and Lawrence's best player with 4 fouls. And, nobody's really picked up the slack for McNeil. I mean, despite his struggles, he's still tied for the team lead in scoring with 6, him and Johansson. So, this is what happens when you shut him down. If other people don't pick up the pace, you're going to face 10-point deficits with 6:31 to go.
Well, again, looking forward to CVC tournament coverage on WBCB, and that just begins the fun. Then you got the Jersey playoffs to follow.
Yeah, best time of the year coming up, that's for sure.
And we've got our eye on both boys teams and girls teams here in the area. We have a limited number of cameras and staffs, and so that is one of the reasons why sometimes we're covering one game and not another game. And McNeil fouls out.
Wow.
As he fouls Caber up top, well away from the bucket. And right there, you have your guy out there with 4 fouls. You got to trust him to be a little bit more judicious.
That's a good way of putting it. Yep. Yeah, I mean, you want to defend. I know you're trying to get a steal and get a layup and spark your team, but you can't get over aggressive. You really can't be over aggressive. You got to lean towards cautiousness. And now,
and he's had that aggressive edge throughout the game, and that's what got him.
That's his game.
Fourth and
But
once you get foul number 3, I think you have to. He didn't adapt to the moment. As Caber flying in, trying to kick it back out again, and the ball goes flying out of bounds. The Ravens turn it over.
I'll tell you, this hasn't been an aesthetic beauty so far.
Well, and it has not gone the way the Lawrence Cardinals
thought
coming in, and
it's been a thing of beauty for Robbinsville.
As a tune-up for the CVC, this is the kind of thing where possibly you're looking at the silver lining, where you say, look, this is a time where we can get humble and
Yeah.
figure some things out.
Well, that's a good point, Chris, because, if you go in and you got that pressure of the winning streak and, okay, we've won 12 in a row. I don't want to start talking like Lawrence has lost. They haven't lost a game yet. There's 5:31 to go. But, you chuck it up to, okay. I'm sure they're not thinking that. They still want to win this game.
Well, and I'm sure even in a win, I think there'll be a lot that they'll be talking about. Bunnell with an emphatic finish. And timeout taken by Lawrence. 5:18 to go, fourth quarter. And we'll step aside, return here to the Robbinsville High School in just a moment.
Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Back here at Robbinsville High School, and as Fish, you said a moment ago, not a thing of beauty here, and Ben Goldstein helping to underline that. 35 turnovers between the two teams in this game.
Yeah, it's been a little sloppy, but you know what? That's give a hard-nosed Robbinsville defense credit for a lot of that, and it's just. They've turned this into that kind of a game, and it's certainly working to their advantage.
And it feels like they have the energy, the momentum, the drive there by Wilson is going to get him to the free throw line. I think this is going to come up against Liam Butler. No, Kaber is called for the foul. He gets his first. Wilson with his first free throw. And he can cut it back to a 10-point game. Still 5:11 on the fourth quarter clock. And when you're a team like Robbinsville, you've been up and down this season. You have a big lead on a good team. Sometimes that's when things can tighten up. Nice pass down into the corner to Bunnell. Bunnell along the baseline, yes.
Well, and it's like we said, their schedule has been very tough. So, I think they're tournament tested before the tournament with some of these really good teams that they've played.
Down low to Tembo. Tembo kicks out to Deacon Moore. Moore on the drive. Too much off the glass that time. Up the floor, Liam Butler takes it into the paint. His pass deflects out of bounds. And that was last off of the Cardinals. So the Ravens hold on. Ben Goldstein making a play on the ball.
Yeah, I still got it.
He does it all.
Still got it.
I hope so.
Next time, put your headset down more gently. That's my.
I had to move quick. It was a quick movement.
You're the youngest one here, Ben. You got to make all the plays for us.
Things happen when you got to make a play.
Yeah, I get hurt.
Bunnell rising up, leaves that one a little bit short. Carrick up to Johansson. Johansson gets to the line, takes Bunnell on a ride, but he'll have to earn it at the stripe. Yeah, stay with us after the game. We'll have our Italian People's Bakery Player of the Game interview. Ben Goldstein will have that for you later on the WBCB Sports Network. You can catch that. And here we'll have our most outstanding player recognized. for the Pennsbury Falcons in their overtime win. Sean Breslin got the nod. Johansson cuts it to 11.
Lawrence
And now it's a little
full court
pressure.
press on, yeah. Well, you got it. You got it. Under 4 minutes now. Got to try to get that ball back any way you can.
Caber to Butler, up top to Rudolph. Nice pass inside to Matt Boss.
How many times have we seen these guys find the open man underneath? You know, and that just comes down to being well coached.
Ball poked away, loose on the floor, and the Cardinals need to burn a timeout to make sure they hold on to the basketball with 3:31 remaining here in our third game of 3. Capital City Cancer Classic on WBCB.
Well, I'll tell you what, if this score holds and Lawrence does suffer this defeat, I think this win will help Robbinsville going into the States more than it'll hurt Lawrence, or I'm sorry, into the CVCs more than it'll hurt Lawrence going. I think Lawrence, like you said, you know, hey, we were due for a clunker. We'd won 11 in a row. You know, we had a bad one. Let's regroup now, start all over again. I don't think they're going to let this bring them down, but Robbinsville, I think this could really lift them up because, you know, you're playing all CVC competition now, and, you know, this is the second seed in the CVC tournament that you're leading by 13. So I think this could really be a boost for this Ravens team.
Well, I know for Lawrence, too, you don't want someone to kind of come up with the blueprint here, and each game plays out differently, but what they did with McNeil, both the defensive game plan and then getting him into some foul trouble, making a huge difference here. Carrick off the glass, no good, left alone in the paint, and Johansson picks it up and give him 2 at the free throw line. Foul called on Matt Boss, and that's the end of the afternoon for Boss. He fouls out for the Ravens. But as he leaves the floor, his team up 13.
Connor Yunsa will come in to take his place. Is it Yunsa or Yunsa?
Yunsa.
Yunsa.
Sometimes I like to say things confidently, even though I'm not really sure.
At least you're honest about
I
it.
almost gave you an answer for how many points per game Mike Rocco Grandi has scored in the last game, and then I thought, I don't really know. I was going to guess, what do you guys think, like 12, 13 maybe?
14 and a half,
14
and a half.
Okay, so I might have been in the neighborhood at least.
Well, we survived without that little tidbit.
And there, the inbound poked away by Johansson. Again, the Cardinals have been on this heater, 11-game winning streak, but if they want to keep that going, they need to start to turn this thing around right away.
Just 29 points so far.
And there, the pass poked
There's
away.
Ben making a huge play there.
Poked away from Crowley by Liam Butler. And what's the call here?
I don't
Officials.
know, nobody wants the ball from Ben. He's waiting to make a nice pass.
We're going the other way.
Oh, look at that.
All right.
Maybe I'll try out for the team next year. I got great reaction time.
There you go. You got a year left.
A year of eligibility.
Yeah.
Make sure you get that NIL money. Tembo hands off to Carrick.
Pennsbury's giving out NILs now.
Well, they got a new high school coming. I don't know, maybe.
Wow, this is taking way too long for Lawrence. You got to attack.
Carrick holds now out to Wilson. Flips it back to Crowley. Crowley along the baseline, but kind of got mixed up with some defenders and a little indecision there. Kind of halfway jumped up, ends up coming down, and is called for the travel. And then as Bunnell brings it up the floor, fouled by Johansson. Johansson picks up his second, comes with 2.5 to go. All the momentum, all the energy right now for the Ravens, but we've seen stranger things, stranger turnarounds happen.
We have at that.
Into the corner to Bunnell, and his pass stolen, trying to get it to Youngsa, and Tembo brings it up the floor. Out to Carrick for 3. No, and the rebound secured by the Ravens as we reach the 2-minute mark. Liam Butler, and reach-in foul there as Tembo picks up, I believe that's his third. Now foul number 2 on Tembo is Pagano over there to put it back in play for Robbinsville. Now Butler around to perimeter. Caber has it. Bunnell drives. And at the bucket, nobody there to challenge that shot. Bunnell, as Rich mentioned, already a double-double.
23 of the 43 points.
Carrick from downtown, no, and Butler with the rebound for the Ravens. And then Johansson whistled as he's called for the reach-in on Rudolph, and that is number 3 here on Johansson. And now both teams in the bonus for the remaining minute 23.
It appears that Robbinsville will continue its mastery over the Cardinals. They won.
End up being 7 straight now, right?
Yeah, looks it, barring a big-time miracle here.
And one thing the Ravens are doing pretty effectively when they come down the floor and they get into their half-court offense, they are slowing things down. There's nearly an offensive rebound. Bunnell does pick it up, tries to slam it home, but it pops back out. Wilson nearly has it poked away, gets it back, catch and shoot, air ball. And Bunnell picks up the loose ball, and as we get down to the 1-minute mark, it's a Robbinsville day today.
It sure is. I mean, they really, they D'd up just so aggressively. I mean, they did a great job on McNeil, and even off of McNeil. When they had their opportunities, they would double on the ball, force other guys to turn it over.
A drive there by Wilson, had that one right in front of him, doesn't get the finish, and a classy move here by the Ravens as they put their seniors back out there on senior recognition night.
Sure, why not? Let them have some fun. Senior night.
Well, not all seniors. Butler's still in the mix, but Emig Holtz back out there. Inbounded there by Lustig, who got the start today.
It was senior day, but it was a junior who led the way, that's for sure.
And their whistle foul on Tembo. And that will send Liam Butler to the free throw line. As Tembo picks up his third. So the CVC tournament on the horizon. Looking forward to that. We'll have coverage for you on Tuesday night on WBCB. And an opportunity for the Cardinals to lick their wounds, but still a good high seed based on the work that they've done this season. And they need to just turn the page on this one.
Yes, exactly.
Part of the issue was their outstanding point guard getting into some early foul trouble and fouling out of this one.
And never really making an impact on the game at all.
Ravens secure the miss. Emmingholtz tries to send it inside, and it's picked off by Carrick, who races it up the floor, leaves that layup short. The follow-up is no good. And a lid on the bucket there for the Lawrence Cardinals, and then Carrick looked like he had the steal there and then couldn't handle it, sends it out of bounds. And so just a few seconds left, and they'll bounce it up the floor, and Lustig holds for the Ravens as time expires, and they get a 45-29 victory over the Lawrence Cardinals.
Great
Robbinsville
job.
improving to 10-10 here on the season, dropping the Cardinals to 16-5.
Great job by the Ravens. Not more you said. We said it all. They defended well. They got McNeil in foul trouble. They played him tough, and that was the key. And Robbinsville coming out of here with a little momentum now going into that CVC tournament.
All right, we're going to step aside, return, wrap this one up in just a moment on the WBCB Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Sean Spiller, President of the New Jersey Education Association. On behalf of the 200,000 educators in all of our public schools, we wish all of our student athletes the very best luck in today's competition. We would also like to recognize the students in our public schools who participate in extracurricular activities, like the school play, robotics class, or the marching band. New Jersey schools are #1 in the nation. When parents, schools, and educators work together, our students are the winners. New Jersey Education Association supports our great public schools.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always
All right,
feel
it is
welcome
mop-up
at the Revere.
time because
It's
they're
like
going to give out the
stepping
Most
back in
Outstanding
time.
Player
Feel like you're dining
Award.
in South Philly, the New York's
And
Little Italy.
Tyler
Start
Bunnell
your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from
Gets
a menu
that recognition, a
featuring
great game for Bunnell. And he's out there with Joe Richardson and the founders of the Capital City Cancer Classic. And I believe they may have like a VIP award also getting announced. Meanwhile, Ben Goldstein will talk to the most outstanding player of the game. It'll be our Italian People's Bakery interview. You can catch that later on the WBCB Sports Network. Thanks to the crew here, including Rich Fisher helping with the call of the game, Gus Barber doing our video engineering, and Darnell Turner behind the camera with Ben Goldstein, our statistician and post-game interviewer. We want to thank you for being with us, and thanks to the sponsors for making today's game possible, part of the Capital City Cancer Classic. Thanks to Capital Health System, Haldeman Ford Subaru, the Revere Restaurant, Kessel Dermatology, the New Jersey Education Association, thanks to the Trentonian, the Italian People's Bakery, Hyundai of Trenton, and the Robbinsville Bar and Grill. Whew, take a deep breath now as we've had back-to-back games here. Big thanks to Darnell Turner behind the camera, and he's been on his feet all day helping us out. And yeah, Ben Goldstein over there getting set to talk to Tyler Bunnell, our Italian People's Bakery player of the game. One final time here from Robbinsville High School, the home of the Ravens. It was Robbinsville 45, Lawrence 29. Thanks for catching high school basketball here today